We hate you, Jonathan Allen. Roll Tide.
That's how you want to start the podcast, Joe?
That's exactly how I want to start the podcast. We hate you this week, Jonathan Allen. Roll Tide with your Superman sack against Texas A&M. What a great player. And we are lucky that, didn't you say, isn't that what you said right before we started? He's probably not going to play?
I don't think so.
Well, welcome into the Believe in Monsters podcast. We're starting off a little bit off the cuff because it's a bye week.
He's out for the season.
That's so terrible. Truly.
Definitely not going to play.
Definitely not playing this week. We wish you a speedy recovery.
Torn pec.
Torn pec. That sounds terrible.
October 14th.
Why does I feel like that happens way too much?
And it's a horrible injury. I don't know if you've ever seen people that have it.
You got a big old bruise on your chest.
Yeah, your whole chest just turns purple.
I do not think I would enjoy that at all.
Awful. Jonathan Allen, we wish you a speedy recovery, but we don't wish your team any good success the rest of this week because this is the Believe in Monsters podcast. We are live here recapping a bye week where the Bears did absolutely nothing, but the division looked good. And we'll talk a little bit about that, but we'll mostly dive into this Bears and Commanders matchup. Will Jaden Daniels be playing week to week with a rib injury? We'll see you in Washington. Lucas Berry, are you excited to be at this game this week, and how are you?
Dude, I'm super excited. I've been waiting for this for a very long time. I'm a little bit bummed that Daniels got hurt just because I did want to see the Caleb Daniels matchup. So I'm holding out hope that Daniels will play, but I obviously want what is best for the Bears, and I want to see the Bears win. But if we can beat the Commanders with Daniels, I think that would shut a lot of people up and prove a point. So I want to see it. I'm here for it. I'll be there. It's the game of the week this week, which is awesome. You got the primetime 4 o'clock afternoon slot here on the East Coast, which is what for you, Chris? The 1 p.m. game? 2 p.m.
2:25.
3:25.
So
I live in an immaculate time zone.
You're in 2:25. It's 3:25.
I was going to say on the East Coast, I would say watching the games on TV, I like the 1 o'clock games better, but being at the game, the 4:30 slot's pretty sweet because you could take in the other afternoon games, tailgate a little bit, not have to get there super early.
That's damn near prime. Like for me, that's damn near a night game. Like
what,
4:25? Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
The night game here starts at 6:25, which is only, it's 2 hours.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So it's nice to have it in that slot where it's getting football under the lights is great. So I love it.
Yeah, we went to Philly for I don't remember. It must have been a Monday nighter because there's no reason we would have been. Anyway, we used to work with this group of folks in Philly, and we'd fly out there and do the work, and then they would buy us Eagles, Bears tickets. So we went, and the Bears whomped them. It was great. But night games are fun. They're a lot of fun. Then we went to a Dallas and Bears Monday nighter in Dallas. That was awesome too. Bears won that one too.
Oh, maybe you need to go to all the games.
The only game I've been to where they lost was in Chicago, and it was the Tom Brady in the snow and just absolutely annihilated us.
At least you got to see Tom Brady.
Was that 2 Cordero Patterson kick returns?
No.
Or 1 for the Patriots?
No, he played for the Patriots.
Are you talking about the game where we threw the Hail Mary to Kevin White and he got tackled at the 1 yard line, Joe?
Maybe.
I think it's what you're thinking of.
We gave up a couple of kick return touchdowns to the Patriots.
Yeah, it was Trubisky threw a Hail Mary and Kevin White was literally a yard away from getting it.
This is Cutler. This is a long time ago.
Okay. That's a name I never want to hear again, Lucas.
Can we talk about how you guys ignored my breaking news of Jay Cutler getting arrested? I shot that text to you guys.
What? I
before
didn't.
TMZ even broke the story.
If I ignored it, then I'm sorry. That means I totally missed it. That because I was.
I was expecting you, Joe, specifically to respond because that's your hero.
Oh yeah, no, I was all over. I saw that, and I feel bad.
Can't say I'm shocked.
If Jake Cutler runs into you and on the car and offers you $2,000 to not call the police, would you take it?
No, 2,000.
Bro, I would ask him for a little bit more.
20,000. Like I was going to say 2 million. Are you kidding me? You're Jay Cutler, but like he ain't got 2 million probably. So probably like at least 20 grand. Like cars are not cheap.
No, and he should have offered like a DUI in the long run with your insurance will cost you probably like $8,000 to $10,000. I've got some buddies that have that happen.
Not only that, if he's already drunk, you could probably negotiate with him.
That's what I'm saying.
Soft,
like, yo,
you got to start high.
I'm saving you $10,000. So why don't you
how much would Venmo even allow you to get sent to you? Because like,
good question.
You're negotiating on the side of the road with a former NFL quarterback, and he's like,
I would
ask him, you.
I would ask him to be on BIM, and that would be good.
That. Nope. I'd be pissed that you made that deal. Like you should have gotten paid, and then look what is Joe always like messing with his pants on the podcast.
Yeah, wearing a Reds hat.
What are we doing? Keep pants on, Joe.
He's all over the place.
Got some dad sweats on. I love it. You're not going on campus with that. That looks nice, are you?
No. Nope, we're cozied up at home. We're nice and cozy at the house.
Might not even make the playoffs, Joe.
Who's that?
Alabama.
Since we're all over the place right now, like, can I cry about Notre Dame losing to NIU again? Because like I have bet on NIU 2 times since then, and they've lost, and I'm like, it makes me so angry because not only am I losing money when NIU loses, it just reminds me of how Notre Dame lost to this scrub ass team. So pissed.
So I've had some
right. Northern Illinois Huskies.
Yeah, NIU, the Huskies. Yep.
Don't know. They have cool jerseys.
Black and red Huskies.
Yeah.
Isn't that where Jimmy Garoppolo went?
Terrible. They're bad. I don't know. They're just terrible.
I think that's where Jimmy G went.
Jimmy G.
And
isn't that where Raul went?
Yeah, Raul played safety there.
With
Jimmy G.
Who's the wide receiver he always talks about?
Blanking on
that he played against?
TJ Husmanzada.
No. Blanking on his name. Mm-mm. All right. Well, the Bears have a game this weekend.
Do they?
We should talk about that.
Oh, okay. Before we do, though, I got one more thing that we should just chat about, and it's actually on topic. But division's good, y'all.
It's too good.
We've been saying that.
It's annoyingly good.
I know, but just like another week, another edition of Believe. The division is good. Packers get away with game winner. Vikings and Lions put on a show for everybody. At least
that was a great game.
At least in that case, somebody takes a loss.
I can't believe the Vikings got back in that game.
Shoot, yeah.
I don't know. I'm going to be the guy that says it, but I still don't fully believe in. Like, if there's one team I think the Bears could catch out of these 3, it's probably the Vikings.
I'm with you.
Sam Darnold is.
I don't care about Sam Darnold.
I don't care about him. I'm just saying
that defense is
crazy.
Yeah,
it's crazy good.
Yeah. Sam Darnold can play Justin Fields in Pittsburgh, and they're going to win 9-10 games easy. Because that defense and Brian Flores is great.
Yeah, unfortunately I think the Packers and the Lions are on another planet, though. I knew, like, when I saw the Texans take the lead with a couple minutes left, I was like, they're going to kick a game-winning field goal. It's so predictable.
Jordan Love, you stink.
He will turn over the ball, but
exactly. He scores a lot of touchdowns, but he turns the ball over a lot too.
Do you know he's like a bottom 5 quarterback against the blitz?
So maybe that's something that the Bears can take advantage of.
There's another quarterback in Green Bay who suited that Joe. His name was Brett Favre.
I know. I know.
We beat the crap out of Brett Favre for a while. So, I mean, like
we'll
the
see.
early 2000s were good for the Bears.
We'll cross that bridge when we get there. But if the Bears want to stay in this, they have to basically win the next 3 games versus these teams that they match up better with than the division teams.
And that's true. That's absolutely true. So it starts with this week with the Commanders. Not sure if Jaden Daniels is going to play, but the Commanders are still really good. Now, obviously, they had the luxury of playing the Panthers last week. So even though Jaden Daniels goes out, the
Mariota came in and they didn't miss a beat.
Yeah, Mariota comes in and the offense just continues to roll. Brian Robinson is not like the most amazing back, but he is a hammer and he is a consistent hammer. So he's going, you're going to have to bring the wood when you tackle him. He's not going to outrun you. But if you don't bring the wood, he will run after contact and run all over you. So it's going to be a challenge this week. Contains Scary Terry on the outside too. You got Scary Terry on the outside. How's this Luke McCaffrey? I know he's like a rookie, right? How's he done with them?
I don't think he's done much.
I don't think so either. But Eckler's kind of been like that subpar too.
Well, they use him more as they're kind of weird. They're similar to the Bears in that they spread the ball around to a lot of different players and a lot of different weapons to move the ball. Obviously, the run game and the quarterback run game is a huge part in that, but they'll get their big chunk plays with Terry, and then they'll throw some, out routes to Zach. They just do a great job of moving the chains efficiently. And up to this point, defenses have had no answer for the Commanders' offense. This is a pretty crazy stat I saw right before we hopped on here that since 2000, there's only 2 teams to score on 60% of their drives through week 7. And that is the Washington Commanders this year and the 2000 St. Louis Rams, which were the greatest show on turf. The Commanders are scoring on 64.1% of their offensive drives. That is insane.
61%?
64%.
64%. And you said the last time that happened was the greatest show on turf?
2000 St. Louis Rams, who did it 61% of the time. So they actually have a higher percentage up to this point in the season.
What if we just give old Marcus Mariota the business and knock his butt out of the game too?
So, I'm going to be interested to see how Matt Eberflus attacks this game because, one, he's been pretty solid when he's had extended time to prepare. But 2, the Bears, if they're going to poke a hole in their defense, is that their run defense hasn't been great. So how will they slow down this Commanders attack?
Chris Strugman, you are Matt Eberflus. How would you attack them?
The Panthers or the Washington offense?
Yes.
Yes, the Washington offense. The team we're playing.
I know they have Scary Terry, but outside of that, I'm not really afraid of anybody on that team.
I'm just saying more so to slow down their run games. I think their run game
Stack the box, dude. Our linebackers are so good. Stack the box. Our linebackers are great.
Yeah, so you're just going to dare them to throw.
Call all kinds of run pressures.
Yeah,
absolutely.
They don't throw a lot already, so they're going to run. They are like one of the heaviest run offenses in the league, and I know Jaden Daniels is getting praised for all of his accuracy, but when you're only throwing 15 times a game, it's not really as hard.
Let's get a little Jaylon Johnson following Scary Terry, and let's load up the box and just dare Jaden Daniels or Marcus Mariota to win with their arm under pressure, under a lot of pressure.
The good news is no matter what quarterback you're getting, you're going to get a similar type player. They're probably going to have to put a spy on them because they're going to – they have a very dynamic quarterback run game in their offense. So either one of these guys will, is capable of doing it. So that the game plan should be the same. Obviously, if Daniels is back there, he's more dynamic. But Marcus Mariota is not a slouch of a backup quarterback, especially in this system.
Agreed.
How many times is I'm trying to see how many times Daniels? He has
As he looks at that,
168 times.
Krogman, as he looks at that, how much of Washington's success this past week with Mariota was just the system is good and Mariota fits it fine and there's not going to be much of a drop off, or was it just because Carolina is that bleeping bad?
Carolina's that bleeping bad. I mean, I didn't really dive in too much to that game.
Sure.
I have it up. Where do we go? There we go. So
for what it's worth, Chris, they have Daniels dropping back 27 times a game.
Mariota threw it 23 times, 78% completion percentage, 205 for 2 touchdowns. It got sacked 1 time, which is not. I mean, system looks really good. I mean, if he's throwing for 80% and it's Marcus Mariota, yeah.
Last Bears memory that I had with Marcus Mariota, was that a preseason game with the Titans that you won? Or a week 1 game a couple years ago? Or he looked terrible?
I think the big thing, I mean, this might sound obvious, but you're going to have to be ready for their no huddle. You're going to have your big guys up front ready to be conditioned, be ready to not come off the field for a long time, and they're going to have to make timely stops. I mean, the one thing about this Commanders offense is that they're a well-oiled machine, and it just seems like a lot of these defenses can't get off the field versus them, and that's what they want. They want you going fast. They want you in a shootout type game. If the Bears find a way to slow that down and, make some third down stops here and there, you got to turn them over. The Bears should win. I mean, the best defense Washington played this year is probably the Browns, and they still put up 34 versus them, which is pretty impressive. So
that Browns defense is not the same as it used to be.
It's not, but
it's so bad that it's the same.
They're still decent.
That the Bears used to face all the time with having to be on the field all the time.
Yeah, I do think the Bears defense that they're playing this week will probably be the best defense they will play so far this year. So I don't know. I really don't know what the game plan will be to slow them down, but I'm sure Eberflus will have a few things ready. I mean, if hopefully Brisker's healthy, he'll be a big key in this, coming down from the box and make some hits.
Yeah, is Brisker going to be back? Are we going to get the secondary guys back, Stevenson and Brisker?
As I say, we won't get an official until Wednesday. Okay. So,
if you guys are listening to this, we're recording on Monday night, by the way. Just trying.
I would assume normally Brisker will basically be out a full almost 3 weeks before this game. So I would hope he's back. And Stevenson, I don't know enough about his injury.
Brisker was a concussion, right?
Yeah, it happened in that Panthers game.
Yeah.
He didn't play in London, so that was 1 full week, and then obviously the bye, and then this full week of practice. So I would guess he'll be ready to go.
I would guess so as well.
Stevenson, I think, was like a soft tissue injury, but again, I would guess he's ready to go as well.
Oh, Stevenson.
Now, the one thing I do think is very interesting is that, obviously the viral passing charts for Jaden Daniels go around X all the time, and he definitely favors the right side of the field, and that is the side of the field that Jalen Johnson plays on. So that'll be interesting to make him throw it to the other side of the field this game and see if he's capable of doing it. I mean, we saw firsthand in Mitch a guy who couldn't throw to one side of the field too well. So
I'd like to see a Jalen Johnson interception. It's been a week or two.
What's the other thing too? I know they're throwing right a lot, but aren't a lot of them
first reads?
Yeah.
Well, I was going to say screens or dump offs to Robinson and
You know what? The more I'm thinking about
Eckler?
this, yeah, Eckler's up until last week, Eckler was actually leading the league in yards per carry, I believe. Just random because he's like their secondary back, but
And he's like 100 years old.
yeah, they have Eckler, McNichols, and Brian Robinson. What I was going to say though is,
Austin Eckler.
I think with the way the Commanders run the ball, it'll be interesting to see if they have more Jack Sanborn in there this week to kind of plug up that run and maybe spy these guys.
I love me some Jack Sanborn.
The other good thing too is, I mean, Kyler Gordon, I think, is one of the best run stuffing nickels in the league. So obviously he's going to have a huge game, and
he likes to come up and lay the hits.
Yeah, I think it's really going to be those guys that play in the box a lot that'll need to step up and have big games. Brisker, Kyler Gordon. Who do you guys think will spy the quarterback, Edmonds or Edwards? Or do you think they'll just rotate depending on formation? TJ?
I think it's
yes, Edwards.
Not to say that he's
not even super athletic, but he plays fast as hell.
I was going to say, I think he just plays very
decisive.
Yeah, he understands what's going on. I don't want to say he's like smarter than Edmonds, but I feel like his instincts or his ability to kind of read and react is better.
I agree, and I think it's because he's not as physically gifted, so he has to rely on it. Right.
I saw an interview today with Luke Kuechly. You guys remember him, the old Panthers linebacker? Yep. Absolutely amazing. He's talking about how he was not physically gifted enough to not be all over, like take advantage of every single thing he could.
I think I would disagree with that, but
that he wasn't gifted?
Yeah, that guy was just, I don't know. He's like he was just like created in a lab. I don't know. Everything about that guy is awesome.
I know his shortlist posters on your wall, Luke, but I got his name mixed with your name, and I was like, oh shit, it's the same name. But he was talking about how he would just like watch film and try to pick up on all of the like hot reads and the takes and like the back and forth, like, okay, we're going to run this play left, or we're going to run it right. And he said that they had a game where he had picked it up and but they weren't using their normal calls. They were using salt and pepper. And he's like, okay, well, salt, it's going to go right. But they went the other way. And he's like, well, what the hell's going on? So he went to Thomas Davis, the other linebacker.
Yep.
He's like, what the hell are they using? He's like, what? They're using salt and pepper. What are they saying? He's like, well, what color salt? He's like, white. He's like, what color is pepper? He's like, black. He's like, well, there you go. You're sure as shit. When they called salt, it was at Luke. And when they called pepper, it was at TD. So Luke Kuechly was definitely one of the ones to pick up on things. And I think TJ Edwards is the same way. He's very intelligent, uses every piece of film and, idiosyncrasies he can pick up on to be a great linebacker.
So, yeah, I know we were talking about this before the show, but after seeing what the Commanders have done in recent weeks and then just, I know it's the Panthers, but they just absolutely clobbered them from the start. What is your worry meter for this game? And one, the implications of it, and two, just this kind of test. This, I guess, like so far in the Bears' schedule, this is probably their biggest game. National spotlight. It was supposed to be the two rookie QBs playing. What is your worry meter / concern going into this?
7
out of 10.
Yeah.
Why so high?
Just because it's, I think, a game that you really have to win. And I still don't entirely, while I really like what you've seen over the last 3 weeks and really over the whole progression of the season, I still don't entirely trust them to, to week to week. I still have some doubt week to week for sure. Just to keep it all together. I want to see it some more before I really start to believe that what we've seen over the last 3 weeks is real. But 7 because of the implications. You got to keep pace with the rest of the division. You've got to win games. 7 because of if Daniels plays, he's going to get some he's going to be athletic and then get his and they're going to use that. I know, Luke, the last time you were in this stadium, it was a huge Bears blowout, but 2 times ago, it was one of the ugliest, worst games I have ever seen of the Bears, getting down to the red zone about 8 different times and not scoring like hardly any points. So just the Commanders, their win streak, they're going to be confident for sure. They're going to put on a good plan. Maybe I think the Bears are more talented, but I think that I'm just not quite sold still. I just still have that kind of like, oh man, what if the Bears mess it up? And with the implications of the game, and because I think the Bears should win, yeah, I'm still sitting at a 7.
Krogman?
With Mariota, like a 3. With Daniels, like a 5. I still think, Lucas, we were talking a little bit before we started about the division, and if the Bears could catch any of these teams, you said the Vikings, you didn't really trust their record was legit. I think this Washington team isn't that legit. I mean, if Daniels plays and Jaquan Brisker gets a chance, he's going to put him right back out again, because he's going to hit him as hard as he possibly can in the ribs, and it's not going to go well. So I don't know. I'm not that concerned. I think this is a very winnable game. And then they have 2 very, very winnable games. They should be on it. I mean, if things go well, they should be on a hot streak going into Detroit or Green Bay, whichever one comes first.
Green.
Yeah, if they get out of this one with a victory, they will play the Cardinals and then the Patriots.
2 more wins and then the Packers.
No, I don't want to say automatic wins, but they look like they should be wins, yes.
I'm telling you, the Bears are going to beast on Drake May.
They should.
And guess what, Lucas? Hold
on
1 second. Let me get my date right. In 4 days. Do you know what happens in 4 days?
No.
It's not your birthday again.
No, it's not my birthday again. No. But Call of Duty new Black Ops 6 releases, I believe is what it is. Black Ops 6, October 25th. Hold on. On October 26th, Black Ops releases, and that has been tied to a dip in Kyler Murray's performance in the past.
You know what else has been tied to a dent in Kyler Murray's performance? His offensive coordinator who chokes in the second half of the season. Yeah, that's the guy we're playing Sunday.
Yeah, so we're set. We're good. 3 in a row. Here we go.
No, I'm trying to focus on this week, though. I really don't know what to – I don't know.
So I said 7. Chris said 3 with Mariota. What did you say with Daniels? I'm sorry.
5.
5. What about you, Luke?
I don't think it'll happen, but my biggest concern is that the Bears just go out and get embarrassed. But I don't know. The defense, I think, is too good to go out there and get embarrassed. Now, I will say that this could be the week the streak is in jeopardy if the 21 points or less. But, I mean, the Bears held the Texans' offense decently in check, and my biggest worry is that they just haven't seen anything like this, and that the offense they're facing is very different. It's very much like a college offense.
1,000%. That's why I'm at 7.
But I feel like if the game plan is good, I feel like it's harder to adjust in that kind of offense, because if you're just stopping what they're doing well and they try and go to something completely different, I don't think it'll work too well for them.
There's weeks and weeks of tape on this now, though.
No team has had an answer for it though. I don't get it because I watch it every week and I'm just like waiting for the other shoe to drop, and they just consistently score tons of points.
The only thing that's concerning to me is that they barely lost to Baltimore, but at the same time, Baltimore's not the same defense they were.
They also lost to the Raiders.
Who lost to the Raiders?
Baltimore. No, Baltimore did.
Baltimore.
Oh yeah. Thanks, Luke, for bringing up my Survivor pick from week 2. That's nice.
My bad.
Big move,
dude. I'm just saying.
I mean, they barely beat the Giants, who have a good defense. They won 21-18 at home. They blew out Arizona. They beat Cincinnati by 5. They blew out Cleveland, who's another bad team. Teams not having answers for it. Like the Giants seem to have an answer for it, and Baltimore seemed to have an answer for it. They held them. Both those teams held them under 24.
The Giants stink.
Their defense is solid, though. Very, very good.
I do also think for the Bears' offense in this one, if the defense isn't able to slow them down like they have in recent weeks. I mean, the offense has shown so far that they've been able to respond, but how many times are they able to respond? Can they do it in a big way? All questions I think will get answered, but we need answered. And I think that's probably my biggest worry going into this is I just don't want the offense to throw up on itself. I think they should move the ball in this defense. I think they should move the ball well in this defense and throw on them, but I don't know.
I hope they don't throw up on themselves. That's yucky.
That would be not nice.
Keep running the damn ball.
Did anybody ever throw up on the field when you were playing, Lucas?
Funny story. One of my friends threw up on Brandon McManus's shoe when he came back to show us his Super Bowl ring. He went to my high school.
No. I don't care about Brandon. I'm curious about why, like, what put your friend in a position to throw up?
We were not running. You know what the prowler is? It's like the thing with 2 bars, and then there's a thing in the middle with weights that you stack up on there.
Mm-hmm.
We were doing prowler suicides, 20 yards up, 20 yards back. And I don't know what it was about that thing, but people would just do that and profusely puke. Never happened to me, but it would make people sick all the time. And dude did it, pulled over to the side, got sick, and threw up all over his shoes.
I can imagine that. I had a guy, awesome. I played 5 tech, and I had a guard like damn near throw up on my hand once. Like we got down in our stance for the next play. He's like throwing up like in his stance, like for the play, and I'm like, I am going to wreck this motherfucker right now because he's.
That's one way to get you to jump off sides.
No, that's one way to get your ass kicked. That was, he got wrecked.
That's gross.
He couldn't keep his shit together. He couldn't even stop
himself from throwing hold your water.
Yeah, for real, bro. Gross.
What are the chances before the week is up that Myles Garrett or Max Crosby is in a Chicago Bears uniform?
None.
Damn it.
2%.
Yes! That's all I want, Luke. Come on. Give me 1%, 2%. Come on, Luke. Just a little hope. Just a little maybe. Just a little possible. He's on the phone. He's at least thought about it.
My hot take on this whole thing is that I do not want the Bears to trade multiple firsts for one of these guys.
I agree with you. I definitely agree with you. Definitely agree with you.
I think that Mac trade scarred me.
But
it was fun.
It would be fun.
But after a year, we got our ass kicked on it when the dude was always hurt, and we didn't really win any more games.
It would be fun. We got to.
I guess it's different if you have the quarterback, but
maximize this year, Luke.
Yeah, this year is not one to be maximized.
Why not?
I would love the Bears to go out there and draft a stud of their own. Draft one of these guys. That'd be
James
great.
Pierce from Tennessee. Welcome to Chicago.
You know what's lovely though? It's almost halfway through the season, and I haven't thought about the draft like once.
I know.
Normally by this point, I'm on the tankathon and
We're 4-2.
figuring out how many losses the Bears need to get to the top of the draft.
Maximize the picks. Maximize the year. You never know when you're gonna have Keenan Allen again.
While we're talking about this, though, I did see. I think it was a rap that said Nate Davis and Khalil Herbert were garnering interest in the trade market.
Goodbye, Nate Davis. I'll be sad about Khalil Herbert just a little, but
I
They
would
just
guess
won't.
that.
I mean, I
We're not using him.
We're not using him. But it's funny you guys bring that up because I was just typing in trade rumors and NFLTradeRumor.com, which these are just fan sites. Number one trade. So these are 12 deals they'd like to see before the trade deadline. It's by a gentleman named Lucas Ulrich. Ravens trade for Bears running back Khalil Herbert is number one.
You can have it.
And then down the list, another NFC North to AFC North trade. Steelers trade for Bears guard Nate Davis.
They can have him. What are they giving us?
It doesn't say that.
A bag of footballs.
It doesn't matter. Whatever
a fifth.
Whatever they give us, we accept.
They're giving us Justin Fields.
That's hilarious.
How about that Russell Wilson guy?
Yeah.
Justin backing up right now.
We need Russell Wilson to strain his calf again. He looked way too good for Fields to see the field ever again.
He looked bad until he didn't. even if he.
What do you expect, dude? I mean, he's been out for months.
I know. There's a few throws and I was cracking up, like when he threw the ball off the back of Pickens' head and then he still ended up catching it.
Yeah, but see, things just work out for better players. But that dime in the corner to Pickens was
beautiful.
Great. Yeah, Justin ain't throwing that.
I was having an argument with someone today who's just like, Fields didn't deserve to be benched. He was 4-2. I'm like, how could you watch that game yesterday and think that Fields was better than that? Like, literally, the pass interference yards they're getting alone is worth more than whatever Fields was giving you.
Justin sucks.
Before the game, I agree with the sentiment. And even Tomlin said he started Russ because he didn't really know what he had and wanted to figure it out. But in that if he did go back to Justin, that he would stay with Justin. But that looks like it might have sailed because that's a good defense there in New York. Well, maybe not with Robert Saleh gone, but I don't know.
Their pass defense is pretty good.
Yeah, Sauce is still legit.
Their other corners just as good as him this year. DJ Reed. It's been insane.
Did he get hurt in that game, though?
Yeah, I think he did. Anyway.
I know they lost a couple guys.
Off topic. I don't think Russ will last the year, though. He always gets hurt. He's an old man now.
Are we going to make any trades, Lucas? Are we going to deal some of the extra weight we have?
I'll take those extra picks.
I could see him trading Herbert. I don't know if you'll get anything for Nate Davis, but I could totally see him trading Herbert.
No additions, just picks.
NFL trades are weird, man. I don't know. I was shocked even when the Bears made trades. I mean, Poles is always willing to wheel and deals, but I was even shocked the last 2 years when he made deals at the deadline. You normally don't see players traded that much midseason. I don't know.
No, you don't. It's hard to acclimate to a new team. I think that's part of it. But just curious. I'll take those extra picks. I'll dump Herbert and Davis for a heartbeat for a 5th and a 6th, or for a 6th and a 7th.
Yeah.
There's extra ammo.
Yeah.
I mean,
a couple of 6th equals a 5th.
Yeah.
A couple of 5ths equals a 4th.
If he does that with Nate Davis, I'll be really happy, not only because I don't like him, but it'll just tell me that it'll just reinforce my belief that Ryan Poles is not willing to put up with problems. He goes out and fixes them.
I think we already saw that because he made the
no,
dude
we
inactive.
do. We have. I'm just saying it just reinforces that again.
For sure.
I think the only challenge there is just with all of the injuries we've seen on the offensive line. If something were to happen, now where are you?
Well, hopefully Ryan Bates comes back soon. I don't know if they're going to activate him this week, but I would like to see that soon.
Bates.
Yeah.
Bates. Yeah, so we talked a lot about the defense versus their offense. What do you guys think of our offense in this game versus the Commanders' defense, which we were talking about before the show has been getting incrementally better each week, maybe 3 to 5% better a week. They started out horrendously, and now I still think not great, but they're probably just a below average defense instead of a horrendous defense.
Yeah.
The Bears should be able to move the ball in this, right, Chris Krogman?
Yes.
They giving up a lot of rushing yards. Did you look at that?
I did.
I have it up right here. The opponent rush yards per game, 131.6. It's 19th in the league.
Well, that's where it all begins for the Bears. If you can move their offensive line and make some holes for DeAndre Swift, then you can get Caleb Williams going in the passing game, because then your defense has to adjust and, leaves holes open for these one-on-one opportunities. Shoot, what's not to like over the last 3 weeks? What's to think that the last 3 weeks won't continue? Am I being naive?
No, I think it should, especially out of a bye. They should have a great plan to attack these guys.
Yeah, I don't think that. Yeah, man, that's crazy that they're the number one offense, yards per game, points per play, yards per play. They are 100% on fourth down conversions. Did you guys know that?
How many do they have?
It's crazy. I don't have that.
6 of 6 on the year. I don't know.
1 of 1. Just kidding. So Chicago versus Washington. It's interesting because teams' rushing percentage against them.
They've made 9 fourth downs.
They suck against the pass.
They're 9 of 9 on fourth down. The Bears are 8 of 11.
Do you guys know if there's any statistics on or websites where we can find how much man versus zone they run?
Pro Football Focus, probably.
Can you get that without a subscription, Joe Gaither?
I doubt it. I highly doubt it.
Fantasy Points has it, but you need the Data Suite subscription, and I don't have that. But there's got to be a way to set it. So, man.
The only reason I'm asking is because I thought they run a lot of man, but I wasn't positive. Because I was going to say, I don't know. I just have a feeling Caleb is going to open things up greatly with his legs in this one, as he has last week. I think that trend will continue.
363 yards passing for Caleb Williams this week.
Isn't that what he had versus the Colts?
Was it 363? Maybe. Give me officially 290, 297, 296. 296 at 325 on Fox. $296 and 2 touchdowns.
What do you think, Chris? Do you think we can exploit them through the air in this one? Their cornerbacks are not that good.
You know, we run the most zone in the league. Washington runs the 6th most zone coverage in the league.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I knew the Bears were up there. Eberflus is always in zone.
Always in the zone. Auto zone. These games on tonight are pretty boring. Baltimore's beating the brakes off the Bucks. And the Cardinals and Chargers can't score for shit.
Wow, Baltimore scored again.
Was it Derrick Henry?
Nope, Lamar.
Not Zay Flowers? Fuck that.
Not Zay Flowers.
If it's not Zay Flowers, then we don't care, Ravens.
So the Ravens are on the goal line again. Yeah, that's crazy.
Already up 27-10. Are they? Or is that the one they just scored?
No, they were up.
They were up 27-10, and they're about to score again.
Yeah, I think they're about to go.
They're up 33-10 now.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Oh, nice. I just needed to not have Lamar put up 50 points to win tonight in fantasy, and now that's making me sweat a little bit.
He's on the way.
Yeah, he damn well is on the way. I'm up by 23 points right now.
You got it. You're going to hold on to win.
Yeah, hopefully they stop scoring. Wait, Andrews just scored now?
Yep.
Well, I did have him in another league where I needed to win, so that might be good. My fantasy's not loading. Excellent.
Bold predictions?
Bold predictions based off the fact that Jaden Daniels is going right. I'm going back to my Jalen Johnson pick six. Well,
okay. Lucas.
Jalen Johnson pick six. Well, bold predictions. Romadunze, big game. Romadunze, second big game of the year. He had one versus the Colts. I'm going to say he scores this week. By the way, we hit another bold prediction last week when we called the Keenan Allen breakout. This week I'm going with Romadunze. Romadunze, big game. He scores a touchdown and he has 60 yards receiving, 65 yards receiving, and a touchdown in this one.
Is that good enough for me to play him in fantasy?
65 and a touchdown is a bold prediction?
Dude, he's been getting like 20, 30 yards here. The Bears receivers are unpredictable. Fine, you want me to say?
I guess getting in the end zone is probably bold enough.
Get him over 100. 103.
I'm not going there. Caleb spreads the ball around too much. All right, how about this? The bold prediction is that Romadunze scores a big touchdown, a.k.a. one over 30 yards.
Would love it.
How about that? Explosive play touchdown. That's my bold prediction.
I like that.
Scratch the 60-yarder. It's 30-plus yard touchdown for Mr. Romadunze.
Mr. Krogman, what's your bold prediction?
Romadunze.
Teach Lucas how to do it.
Montez Sweat revenge game.
Does he get sweaty all over the QB? Ooh.
Three Montez sweaty sex. Sweaty balls. All up in Marcus Mariota's face.
Ooh. Smelly face, dude. His face stinks.
Face stinks. Get your face out of my face.
Lucas, you ready to go score? You ready to give us a score? Let's see. Officially, Bears are currently still 3-point favorites.
2.5.
Okay.
2.5 on FanDuel Sportsbook, Joe.
All right, I got you.
Lucas is line shopping over there.
ESPN bet. Over under 44.5.
Yes. Yeah, I'm thinking this is going to be a little high scoring. I don't know. I don't want to say it, but I think the Bears streak is in danger. 30-24 Bears.
30-24 Bears. I like that score. I am nervous, as I've said. Still level 7. but I think that the Bears will win. I think that the Bears will win. I think the Bears will win 30. I think they're going to win 34-27.
God dang. Y'all know we haven't given up like 20 points but one time this year, right? I know this is like the quote unquote best offense in the league and they score a lot of points, but like they literally have not played any.
All right. Well, you go ahead and predict them 10 points then, Father.
10 points. But I will go with the classic 24-17.
24.
The classic.
We love it.
The most predicted line in all of sports. It's funny too, because like I puts us on the under, and I probably wouldn't. I'm guessing that this game is going to get the over bet on it a lot.
Yeah, 44. I mean, I'm a dummy gambler, but to me that seems a little low.
It's above a key number. I mean, it's below 45, but still like above 42. But it's still that seems like an over, especially if Daniels plays. But the Bears defense is real.
If Daniel doesn't play, then I'm like you, Chris. I think that they'll do terrible things to Marcus Mariota.
Yeah, for sure.
And that'll be awesome.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to do horrible things to him.
Especially when Ryan Pace wanted that dude so bad.
They're going to get sweaty on him.
Sweaty with the sack fumble.
Betty balls.
All right, Joe Gaither. Sing us a tune, take us home, go Bears, and look for me on TV this weekend. I'll be sitting in the front row in the end zone, or close to it, near the Bears tunnel.
Bear down, Chicago Bears. Make every play, clear the way to victory. Bear down, Chicago Bears. Put up a fight with the might so fearlessly. We'll never forget the way you thrilled the nation. With your T formation, bear down, Chicago Bears. And let them know why you're wearing the crown. You're the pride and joy of Illinois, Chicago Bears. Bear down. Coming for you, Green Bay.